Panther 0822. I know it's about 10 minutes early, but I wanted to give people time to get into the stream. I don't have my desktop with me, but I do have my iPad with me, so hopefully with my iPad I'll be able to actually see and respond to what I'm hoping for, but we'll see. Unfortunately, with my iPad, I don't have a chat option, so well, I guess I have another way of doing this. Not exactly the way I like doing it, but it will work, I guess. But that probably should have grabbed some water. be right back, guys. Alright guys, sorry about that. See some better things this way. Though I guess if I turn my iPad volume up, I can hear whether I'm doubling or not. So give me a minute, I'm going to see if I'm doubling up. Alright, no doubling up, and it actually sounds like the balance in between the music and my voice is actually really good and really solid, so happy about that. Okay. Gonna give it a few more minutes because I want to give other people a chance to join in. I threw in the chat roll call, so if you're here, go ahead and throw something in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Edit my LinkedIn profile. It's a little outdated. How I feel, how my MS has kind of affected me, or at least the parts I feel comfortable sharing. And then also just kind of a general rambling kind of about some other things, maybe some things that bug me, some things that annoyed me, and things like that. So that's what this is. So for those of you who are familiar with this segment, thank you so much for watching. It was always appreciated. Again, hit that like button and then throw something in the chat for me. Let me know that you're here. I mean, it's always nice to see the likes go up. It's always nice to see the view count go up. That's always nice, and I very much appreciate it. So please don't misunderstand. It is much appreciated. I'm very thankful that you guys are choosing to watch this, choosing to watch it, whatever your local time is, because for me, it's a little bit past 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So if you're here on the Pacific Coast with me, again, it's 10 o'clock, but depending on where you're at, like if you're East Coast, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning for you guys. So if you're watching from the East Coast, welcome. And thank you for staying up and watching me. I appreciate it very much. So, I'm gonna give it another minute or two, and then we'll get to it. So. And I will try very hard not to clear my throat too much. I do have some water, although I did not refill it. As far as that goes. Alright. Sorry about that. Let's get started, guys. So welcome. I'm Panther0822, and welcome to Din Time with the Panther. So just kind of want to go over today how it was, how it did, and just kind of let you guys know. So overall today wasn't too bad. I've actually had 2 episodes today. One was moderately on camera, one wasn't. And for those of you who caught my earlier stream today, again, thank you very much for watching that. That was a 3-hour, that was about a 3-hour stream. That was about 1 to 4 Pacific Standard Time. And there's a particular battle that I've been trying to do and have been failing miserably at, and it's a battle with Jarvia. And if you're not familiar with Dragon Age, it's a fantastic game, and I'd encourage you to get the game. It is a very old game, or at least Dragon Age Origins is. Dragon Age Origins is the first game in the series. Then there's Dragon Age 2, and then Dragon Age Inquisition is the most current out of the set. And the way the Dragon Age Inquisition ended, they're definitely going to be doing a 4th game. And based off of the research we've done, EA does actually plan on doing a 4th game, because there were a lot of questions that weren't wrapped up in the 3rd game. one of those questions actually pertains to your character from the first game. So just so that you know, one of the questions that doesn't get answered is that question. So just kind of so you guys know and whatnot. But anyways, Jarvia is basically the Cardalita in Ozamar, and Harriman asks you to resolve the issue, which you do, or at least you resolve that part of the issue at least. And I was having a really hard time with the battle, and I was still having a really hard time with the battle, and I got really pissed off. I ended up slamming my desk. Some people might view that as just an angry outburst. Part of it was an angry outburst, but the other part of it was my endless acting out. It ended up having an episode. The left side of my head started hurting a little bit, and it just wasn't necessarily cool. The wife, Dahlia, heard me slam my desk, sent me a message asking if I was alright, and honestly I told her, it's like, no, not really. And she wanted to know what she could do. I was like, well, if you want to come up here and help me, that'd be appreciated. And so she came up and played for a little bit and was able to beat it for me, which I very much appreciate. Because I wasn't having any luck with it. And it's not that I haven't beaten that battle before on my own, because I have. I was having a very difficult time with it. So that I apologize, my watch was dinging at me for some things. Okay, cool. So yeah, so I mean, she came up, and I had my laptop here on the desk, and I went and sat in my. I've got a very, very, very comfortable leather chair that I ended up sitting in. I love that chair to death. It's fucking awesome and comfortable as all hell. And I grabbed my laptop, sat in the chair, and then that gave me a chance to focus on the chat. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot going on in the chat, but it at least gave me an opportunity to look at the chat, take a look at some things, and at least keep an eye on the chat while my wife played a little bit, and beat that particular section for me. It took her a couple tries too, and honestly, Dahlia's a far more patient woman than I am, although I'm not a woman, but she's far more patient than me, as far as that goes. And it took her a couple tries, and she was able to finally do it. And yeah, so for those of you who aren't familiar, I'm doing a Dragon Age Origins playthrough. I am probably about a third of the way through the game right now. Approximately a third of the way. I wouldn't say halfway. When I finish out the treaty for when I finish up the current section I'm at, which is the Ozamar section. Once I finish with that, I can officially say I'm about 58% of the way through the game at that point. But I'm not. I'm about a third of the way through the game right now. So. Just so that you guys know, check that out. The playlist is here on YouTube, so you can check that out. If you're on Twitch, I've also got the playlist there too. So I've got both of them going. So depending on which medium you're on, you can watch both. So just so that you know. And yeah, so that's what's going on with that. So that's probably the longest playthrough that I've done of doing. To date, because I've done an hour playthrough, I've done 2-hour playthroughs, but I haven't done like a 3-hour playthrough, and so that one was a 3-hour playthrough, and so yeah, and then she also Delian also came up a little earlier because she had a song that she wrote. Somebody watched the composer, and I pulled the mic over and pointed at her iPad, and based off what I saw from the mic readings, it sounded like it played. It sounded like everything was being picked up, so I hope it was. So she was showing me that, and that was really cool. I was actually really happy about that, because she hasn't written a song in quite some time, so it was really cool. And then the second episode I had was actually not too long ago. I was downstairs in the bedroom with wife. And I was letting her know that I was going to come up and do my vlog. And she got all pouty face on me and whatnot. And I ended up kind of feeling, well, if you want me to stay down here, dude, I will. And she's like, no, it's like, she said that she's really worried about me as far as things go. And I can't say that. But if I needed kind of some personal time to come up and do this, that she's okay with it. She's just really worried about me. Make sure that I'm doing okay. So that was her concern. And honestly, I've done a vlog or two on my iPad. Or on my iPad. I did one, or I did a stream and just did things downstairs on my laptop. Anyways, I did something in the bedroom as far as the vlog goes once. I haven't done one since. I don't know. Maybe a lot of it's just a comfort thing. I don't feel comfortable doing a vlog in our bedroom. Yeah, I guess maybe that's it as far as that goes. So yeah. Anyways, that's kind of what. Anyways, I had a minor episode downstairs with that. Basically, here's kind of the way that an episode works. It depends on the severity. It depends on how it affects me. So, the way that my MS affects me and the way that an episode works for me is either one of two reactions. I either get extremely angry very quickly to the point of getting abusive to myself, or I get really sad. So basically, it's the two extremes. It's either I get really pissed or I get really sad, and it's very rarely ever in the middle. It's always one of the extremes. So before I came up here, it was the sad one where I got really kind of sad and depressed because it felt like it's like I know the wife wants to spend time with me and whatnot, and it felt like when I was like trying to come up and do this, she didn't want me to be in bed with me. She wanted to spend some time with me, which is great. I love spending time with my wife. And I really honestly feel comfortable doing my vlogs up here right now. I don't quite feel comfortable doing it in the bedroom. Although I might want to start getting comfortable doing it. I just feel more comfortable doing it at least for the time being. So that may change, but for the time being, that's kind of where I'm at. So that's kind of what's going on as far as that goes. So, some things that are going on. I am currently fighting with my insurance. I've got the Apple Care health insurance, which is basically the state insurance for Washington. And I'm fighting with them to get my martial arts training covered. The insurance, I talked to them once, and there was one guy who was extremely rude and said, we won't pay for gym membership. So I'm fighting with the insurance as far as that goes, because I really need to be doing the martial arts. Martial arts and I have a very positive and very long-standing history. I've been training in martial arts on and off since elementary school. I did judo in first grade and second grade, if I remember right. It was either first and third, actually. It was one of those. And then I kind of got out of martial arts for a little bit, and then when I was in high school, I got back into it and trained with a gentleman who taught Northern Longfish Kung Fu, and I trained with him for about I got somebody who replied me to answer. That's interesting. Let's check this out. I'm not going to give out the name as far as who it is because I don't have their permission, and I'm not going to I try to be as protective as I can of people's identity, just because I know how the world is right now. So anyways, this particular person mentioned to me in a post. I'll respond to this on camera, and then I'll actually send a reply back to this. The answer, or the question is, am I an art lover? The answer is yes. I absolutely love art. I think art is absolutely fantastic. Well, again, to brag on my wife a little bit, Dahlia, my Dahlia, it's an accurate statement, is an artist. She draws, she sings, she composes. She is an artist in both the musical sense and in the drawing sense, as far as that goes. So, am I an art fan? Absolutely. If you would like to send me some art, I am absolutely for it. I'm going to take a minute and actually reply to this. So, hopefully I don't get a mail or delivery demon on that. Hopefully, crossing fingers. Let me go into a little more detail as far the question again was, do I love art? The answer, like I said, is yes. I absolutely love art. Art is fantastic. I love art in pretty close to all forms, whether it be musical or pen and paper, or digital, or whatever the art form is. I'm a very big fan of art. I love art. If you ask me if I had a particular style of art that I like, I gotta be really honest. I'm not well enough versed in art styles to really give an honest opinion or answer as far as that goes. But that being said, like I said, I love art. So if you have any art that you want to share with me, you can post it to my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Panther0822. And you know what? Let me actually, I'll throw that. I'll even throw that in the chat. Alright, so I put it in the chat for you guys. So check that out. As far as that link goes, I do actually upload some of my playthroughs to Facebook. I have not done any recently, and here's why. The upload time is stupidly ridiculous. When I upload a video to YouTube or to Twitch, Twitch is because of my wired connection. It's usually not too bad, and actually, some things have improved. So I've been actually able to upload to Twitch. Usually, when I upload to Twitch, the movie or the video, it doesn't take that long. The last one I did actually take a little bit of time, but again, it was like a 3-hour recording, so I'm not surprised that it took a while. And the initial and the stream that I did was to YouTube, so YouTube automatically records the stream for me, so I don't actually have to do anything as far as the YouTube side goes, because once I'm done, it auto saves the recording for you guys, so that if you guys want to come back and reference it and watch it for yourself, you absolutely can do that. So yeah, thank you. That was awesome. Just thank you. Seriously, I'm gonna share that with I'm gonna share that with Dalian. That was just, I'm touched. Thank you so much. I'm taking a minute here. I feel like crying a little bit because it's just that touched me so much, and I appreciate it on a personal level. Just thank you. Really, seriously, thank you. So I lost where I was at. I was talking about. I ended up breaking into art. So yeah. Sorry, video upload times and why I haven't uploaded anything to the Facebook page in quite some time. Is because of the slow upload speed. Whenever I upload a video to Facebook, I literally will I'll upload it before I go to bed. And the main reason for that is it literally takes it all night to upload, or it takes several hours to upload, because the upload speed to Facebook is stupidly slow. And part of that may be my internet connection, because I'm running a cable line through Rainier Connect here in Eatonville, and their connection stuff is not terribly great. It's basically 15 megabit down and like 1 megabit up. So I mean it's stupidly slow. So that might be part of it, but at like midnight or so, it shouldn't be moving at stupidly slow speeds. It should be uploading at a pretty decent rate, because again, it's like midnight. There are people on the internet. There's not a lot of people, and there's nowhere near the volume of people on the internet as there is during the daytime. So I don't know why it takes so long. Again, like I said, part of it may be my part of it may be my internet speed, but the other part I think is actually YouTube. Because when I had Comcast and I had a falling out, much like me and T-Mobile. And those are stories for a different day. So I did have Comcast at one point, and even when I had Comcast, which was a much better connection, it still took stupidly long. I mean, it was something where, again, I told it to, I literally write it, like, I do my blog like this, I tell it to upload to Facebook, and then I go to bed. And then by the time the morning comes, it's done uploading. And I think I've actually come up 1 or 2 times where it still wasn't quite done yet. And and it's like, well, you had 7-8 hours to upload, and yeah, I don't have the best of connections, but it shouldn't take 8 hours plus for you to upload when I upload to YouTube and to Twitch, and unless it's like and even the 2-hour recordings don't take that long. The 2-hour recordings typically, I want to say, take 20 minutes, maybe 30, somewhere around there. I mean, they just, and again, Twitch has actually done some things where I've actually uploaded like a 2-hour recording, and it's done it in like less than 15 minutes. I mean, it's done it in 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, it's like, Twitch has done, I don't know what they've done, and I'm very proud of them for whatever they did do, because either A, they added some more servers, or they changed their server connection types and upgraded some things so that things are better. So it's whatever they've done is I'm very, very proud of them for whatever it is, because my upload setup is much faster. So and then YouTube doesn't take long. But again, they're like half an hour or less. Again, unless it's a really long recording. A 3-hour recording takes some processing time, even with YouTube. So, yeah. Anyways, that's what else is what else do I want to do? Well, I guess it's a little bit of a harp. Here in Edenville, Rainier Connect is developing, or is putting in fiber optics as far as internet goes. So they're getting, and they're doing it in stages, just like everybody else is installing fiber, and they're doing it in stages, and depending on which lettered zone or numbered zone you're in will determine how soon you get it. And right now, Rainier Connect is still doing a thing where if you pay $10, it reserves you a spot, and it waives the $300 installation fee, and the fiber drop is free. But I have to have my landlord's permission. And so I sent an email to my landlord initially, letting him know. It's like, hey, this is the deal. Rainier Connect is installing fiber lines. Here's a whole bunch. I mean, I gave him a couple links and whatnot because I thought he could say yes or no. And evidently, I was actually wrong about that. He had to talk to the owners as far as that went. And his impression from the owners is they're just not interested in installing or allowing fiber to be installed in their case. They're not interested in the fiber, which to me makes no sense. Fiber is a far better internet, and it's a far better connection. You have the same upload and download speeds. So if you've got a like for I want to say for like $40, Rainier Connect was doing 5 meg up and down. And when you really think about that, 5 megabytes up and down is actually really solid. And whatnot. So, and I could be wrong as far as the number goes, but I think it was 5 and 1. It might have been higher than that. I just don't remember. I do remember that their higher pricing, I want to say their higher pricing, that's like $60, $65 a month, was 100 meg up and down. So, I mean, for like $20, $25 more, you got almost like triple or quad the speed. So, I mean, it was like, oh, okay, that's a no-brainer. I'll pay $60, $65 a month, and I'll get 100 meg up and down. I mean, that's a no-brainer. But anyways, he came back to me and let me know that the owners were not interested in doing a fiber drop. They just weren't interested as far as that goes. And I sent him a message, and honestly, it was a pretty snarky message. Just to be really honest. Because basically, I mean, the message that I sent off to him was, well, I'm sorry that the owners don't feel the need to allow better internet for their tenants. To which he basically he sent a single word response to it, or not single word. His response was, "I'm sorry," and it's like, I don't want your apology. I really don't. I want you or the owners to pull your heads out of your ass and realize you're being fucking morons. I want that, which I didn't tell him because I still have a moderate. I try and be as respectful as I can, but and honestly, I'm at the point where if I talk to him in person, there will be a zero filter conversation about this because I'm done. I'm fed up. I'm annoyed. So. That being said, sorry, I was checking an email to see if there's an email response from the person that's as far as and I'm actually keeping an eye on the chat as far as that goes. So if you see me looking to the left, that's why I'm actually watching the chat while I'm doing this. So that's what's going on. So anyways, today I went down to Near Connect and I asked him. I said, "Hey, is it too late to do the $10 reservation?" And they said, "No, it's not too late. You can still do that." So I said, "Okay." And so I did the $10 reservation, and then I asked him because because I've sent him at this point I want to say 3 or 4 emails. Because I did actually send him another email that was actually moderately polite, which is where I found out as far as, which is why I got some other information. But I sent him an email message, basically asking, it's like, I don't understand this. Can you explain it to me? Their decision makes no sense to me. It's at no cost to them, and it's at no cost to them. Fiber drop is free. The installation is free. There's zero cost to them. Why would you not be interested if at this point it's at zero cost? Makes no sense to me. None whatsoever. So, I mean, his response of, well, I think they're just not interested it's like... So, with that knowledge, what I did is I spent a little time, I did some research, and I specifically looked up how does fiber increase the value? Because I'm aware that fiber optic internet does actually increase the property value. I just didn't know by how much. So I did some research, and I included a couple different links. I even typed in the exact search I did, and then I copied the URL that gave me the Google page with all the links, and then I gave him three basically kind of the 3 top links that I found, or at least the 3 links that I found were most appropriate. And in all 3 of those links said exactly the same thing. They said that installing fiber optics increases the property value at a minimum 3% or higher. So by them saying no, not only are they, I'll give her. And then the other question that or was more of a comment, it's like, I'm aware that once the fiber is fully up and running here, you guys will more likely be disconnecting the DSL and cable lines. And the lady that I talked to said, you're absolutely right. We will be disconnecting them, but we don't have a hard date for that yet. So, by saying no, and I sent him an email in regards to this, and I even gave the phone number, and I sent a reply back to him saying confirmed fact. And the message I sent to him today was, hey, I stopped by I talked to Rainier Connect and did verify that once the fiber lines are going to be disconnected, not the fiber lines are going to be disconnected, because that's what they're installing. Yes, the DSL and cable lines will be disconnected. They don't have a hard date yet, but once the fiber is installed, they will have a hard. They'll have a hard date. And I gave a time, and it's like, I know that they'll disconnect it within 3 to 5 years, possibly sooner than that. And honestly, I would expect sooner than that. Honestly, once the fiber lines go active, I would expect them to give their customers 6 months to a year, as far as changing over to the fiber. So the email I sent to him today gave him this information and basically explained to him, and I said, here's the reality. By the owner saying no, not only are they losing, they're going to basically screw property value, they're also going to be screwing their tenants, because the DSL and cable lines are going to be disconnected, and then your tenants are going to be without internet, and then they're going to be pissed off because they don't have internet. So, regardless of whether it's 3 months, 6 months, or 3 years, it doesn't matter the timeline. This is going to happen. So their complacency is going to cost their tenants money, and I mean like stupid amount of money. In the first email, I let them know that it is a per unit decision. The unit does have the decision whether they want to install the fiber or not at this point. However, that being said, like I said, I did confirm that the DSL and cable lines will be disconnected. I just don't know the time because they didn't know the time. So, so all of that being said, I gave them all of this information. The fiber drop, like I said, right now is free, but it's done by an independent company. It's not done by Rainier Connect. So, and the fiber, like I said, the fiber installation is a $300 installation. So once all the fiber goes up, once everything is set up in Eatonville, and just all over, once the fiber goes fully live and is fully active, and all that good jazz is set up, the tenants will have to pay a $300 installation fee, unless they are like me and they pay the $10 reservation fee. So, say my neighbor, and I've got one on either side because I'm in a condo. Say my neighbor to my left didn't pay the $10 reservation fee, and they're now in the situation where they've got to change over to the fiber in the next 6 months if they want to keep internet. They're going to be paying a $300 installation fee. They're also potentially, because the fiber drop is, again, they don't do the fiber drop, and I did ask them if the fiber drop was included in the $300 installation fee, and Rainier Connect said no. So that's actually a really important piece of information, which I did tell him. So you're looking at a $300 installation fee plus the installation fee for the fiber drop, and that's not cheap. I mean, just to be really honest, it's $150. I mean, because I've had when like Comcast or any other company has had to come in and put in a brand new line, like when I had a new house at one point, and I had to get, if I remember, I had to get Quest set up. Quest isn't out here. Well, Quest is now CenturyLink, but I had to get them set up, and if I remember, the installation cost for them, not including all other services, but just to have them run, was a $150 charge, plus the installation fee. I mean, it got expensive very, very quickly. So, I mean, moderate worst case scenario, they're going to be at a $300 installation fee plus a $150 fiber drop fee. That's $450. Okay. So, by me doing what I'm doing, or pushing for what I'm pushing for more specifically, number one, I'm saving the next tenant, whoever takes over this unit once my wife and I move. Not only am I saving the next tenant money, I'm saving them at least $300 and potentially far more than that. Because the next tenant, if everything goes the way that I'm hoping for, the next tenant comes in, I've already paid $10. I've already gotten the fiber drop and the installation already taken care of. So the next tenant, all they have to do is call Rainier Connect and be like, hey, I want to set up fiber services with you guys. And then all they've got to do is, because the installation's already been done, just rent out the modem and choose whatever program they have. So I'm saving the next tenant money. I'm saving the next tenant $300 plus. So, I mean, this is why I don't get their response. I also don't get it because, again, fiber adds value. 3% at minimum. And in case you guys are moderately curious, one of the studies was done by the University of Boulder in Colorado, and that was one of the links I provided him. So it's not just a random website that I pulled from. I pulled from a couple of valid sites that stated and showed that it is a investment that landlords need to do because it provides value to their property. So, anyways, that's my rant and rave as far as that whole situation goes. I sent that email back to him today. Today is Thursday. Sometimes he's really good about getting back to me within the day. Most of the time, it usually takes him 24 to 48 hours. But given today's Thursday and tomorrow's Friday, and then we got the weekend, I'm not entirely positive he's actually going to respond back to me before Monday. Just to be really honest. And honestly, if he responds back to me that the property owners are still not interested and they're not going to do it, honestly, my response to him will probably honestly be a very blunted, look, landlord, they're fucking up. Not only are they fucking me over, but they're also fucking over future tenants as far as the installation fee goes. And once the fiber goes active, there is a set time where Rainier Connect will disconnect the DSL and cable lines. So they're going to fuck their tenants over. I hope you're okay with that. And I hope you can sleep at night with that by fucking over your tenants because you and or them are being fucking stupid. I hope you're okay with this. I hope you can sleep well with this decision, knowing that the fiber optics are going to be installed and Rainier Connect is going to be disconnecting the DSL and the cable lines. Again, they don't have a hard date at the moment because the fiber isn't fully active. But once it's active, it's too much money for them to maintain both systems. It really is. So, again, the email I will be sending back to him will honestly be... honestly, it'll be kind of perceived probably as a 3-year-old throwing a temper tantrum, but I don't really care because it's going to be a very angry email. It's going to be, look, dude, you're fucking up, and so are the owners. And I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate being screwed over. Your tenants aren't going to appreciate being screwed over because here's the reality. If Rainier Connect does it on the short term, which would be 6 months to a year, I mean, just realistically, if they do it in that short a turnaround, which honestly they probably will. I could be wrong. They could do it longer than that. But the more likely scenario is once fiber is fully active, they will send an email and say, you have 6 months to a year to change over services or you're going to lose your internet. So, again, that's why things like this don't make sense to me. It's a bad business decision. Fucking over your customers doesn't make sense to me. Fucking over your tenants doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. And if you're a landlord, maybe you can explain it to me because I just don't get it. I really don't. Because again, right now it's at zero cost. The cost is actually on me, and I paid and right now the cost is $10. The $10 saves me $300 of an installation fee, and and the fiber drop is free. It doesn't cost me any money, so the cost to me is $10. Cost to them, zero, and it improves property value. Please explain to me why you're saying no to this again. It makes no sense. None. So, I apologize for being on the same soapbox. It's just this type of thing drives me nuts. It just decisions like this they make zero sense to me. So for those of you who have watched Facebook and have watched the news, this is related to the internet to a slight way. Netflix has decided to not support net neutrality. For those of you who don't know what net neutrality is, net neutrality, in short, is basically making sure that everybody has the same internet, basically the same internet speed. If net neutrality is not approved and doesn't go through, then places like Netflix can charge their customers more for faster streaming speeds, and basically kind of tear things out. So basically, they're going to be benefiting the 1%. Is basically what that boils down to. So net neutrality makes it so that everybody has to play on the same playground. Is in short, that's what net neutrality does. Make sure that it's an even playing field for everybody. Everybody plays by the same rules. That's what net neutrality does. If it doesn't get approved, then it will allow places like Netflix, Comcast, even Rainier Connect, although I don't think Rainier Connect will do it because from what I know the company, they're pretty solid. But places like that, it would allow them to stagger the internet speeds even worse than they already are, because right now they're pretty staggered, but everybody competition-wise, pricing-wise, is pretty much kind of all in the same ballpark. Depending on whether you're a home, whether you're a personal or business user, depending on which side of the equation you're on, the pricing is pretty much the same across the field, no matter who it is. If net neutrality fails, though, then it will screw people over royally, because all of a sudden, if you want that really screaming speed, if you're a gamer or you're a YouTuber like myself, or others who do this, or if you're at home and you just play video games and you need the internet to play your video game, like say my brother-in-law plays Star Wars Battlefront, and he plays with my other brother. So my two brother-in-laws play together. They live in 2 different states, and if net neutrality fails, then say Comcast, and I'm going to pick on Comcast because Comcast is typically the most expensive. Comcast right now charges a stupid amount of money, but for like their 20 megabit down speed, I want to say they're somewhere around $20 to $30. I think I haven't looked at the pricing a while ago. But we'll say $20. We'll give it. We'll use 20 as our reference point. Again, I don't know the exact number, so don't quote me on it. Just be very, very clear on that. I'm using $20 as an example. Okay. So that same speed, if, like I said, net neutrality fails, that $20 for the 20 megabits, which is a really good deal, just to be honest, now skyrockets to $100. If you want that blazing fast speed, it'll cost you $100 for the same speed that you were paying $20 for 3 to 6 months ago, because net neutrality failed, and now Comcast can jack their prices up even further. Yeah, you can get internet with them, but they're gonna, for the same $20 opposed to that 20 megabit speed, they're now gonna give you 5 megabits with a 1 megabit upload. For the same $20 you were paying, that was giving you the 20 megabit down and the faster upload speed. Okay, that's how badly net neutrality will screw shit over. Just again, another frame of reference. That's what it is. So Netflix was actually a very huge component of this, and I read the article, and there was an article on Facebook, so I clicked on the link so I could read it. And Netflix was a very heavy supporter of it, and now they have pulled out their support. They're not supporting net neutrality anymore. I gotta be really honest. Personally, I think it's a bad decision. It's really going to piss a lot of people off, and honestly, it's going to create an issue with their subscriber base. But honestly, what they're probably looking at as a business is we'll lose X amount of percentage due to them thinking this decision is wrong or whatever the decision is. But we'll lose X amount of percentage of our clientele, but we'll regain that percentage over the next X amount of months or years. So it's not that big a deal. We can afford the loss now. And unfortunately, that's the way businesses look at things. They look at things in basically a short-term versus long-term, which is not necessarily a a bad thing, because when you're a business, you need to look at short-term versus long-term. The problem is the long-term projection is not always accurate. Now, I do know that there are a lot of people who do statistics, and based off of statistics, typically, the longer out you do the projection, the more accurate the statistic typically is, but that's not a guarantee. So that's just kind of the way that and the wife just sent me a message. I'm sorry. And I apologize. I'm kind of getting on my soapbox. It's just, again, this is another thing that makes no sense to me. It makes zero, and I wonder why businesses do this. It makes no sense. You're gonna screw over your short term for a potential long term benefit. Why? The long term benefit is not a guarantee, because there are a lot of. I mean, here's the reality. Again, like I said, if net neutrality fails, and Netflix backs the way that it's going, and basically goes to a thing, if you want the better service, you're going to pay through the nose for it, they're going to lose a lot more people. Because let me tell you, here's the reality. If my membership goes from $10, because my wife and I are Netflix members, if my membership goes from $10 to $20, I gotta be really honest, I'm more likely to drop them. Especially if it's for the same service I'm getting now. And if they slow my streaming speed down, and if they charge me an extra $10 and slow my speeds down, because that's basically what they'll do. I'm not gonna stay with them. You're fucking me over. You're charging me 2 times the amount I'm paying now, and you're slowing my speed down. Even if I've got fiber optics and I've got the 100 megabit speed, I'm at 100 down and 100 up, but I'm paying you $20, and you're only giving me like 2 or 3 megs up. Well, it's actually not the upload speed, it's the download speed, because it's a stream service. So you're only giving me 2 or 3 megabytes. And now all of my movies are running really slow, and I'm watching my TV stuff, and things are constantly buffering because of the speed slow down and because of that. But if I want that awesome streaming speed, it's $50 a month. I'm not going to stay with you. And that's the reality. It really is. And that's the same for most consumers. Most consumers are not going to pay 3, 4, 5 times the amount they're currently paying for something for the same or slower service. Just reality. Or send me a message. I'm going to read this real fast. It's about 10 minutes to 11, so I'm probably going to wrap this up here shortly. I'll get to be really honest. Normally these vlogs are not like an hour long. I normally try and keep them more in the 20 to 30 minute range, but I really just I've got some things to vent about. I'm frustrated about some things because I don't get the decision. The decision makes 0 sense to me. I've been a martial arts instructor. I ran my own school for 6 months. And I had to make decisions that would benefit the school. So I had to make some hard decisions. And the decision that screwed over my student financially was not a right decision. It was a wrong decision. So I constantly had to find ways to make sure that the price that my students were paying for their training was a worthwhile price. And the nice thing, relatively nice thing, back then the company was USSD, and again, some things happened, some masters departed, and the company became Z Ultimate. USSD still exists, so for those of you who are curious, USSD still exists. can go to ussd.com, take a look at their website, and find their locations. They still do exist. And then there's Z Ultimate. Z Ultimate, honestly, after being a student of both USSD and Z Ultimate is a better company. Z Ultimate cares much more for their students than USSD did. Z also cares and trains their instructors far better than USSD did. Unless USSD has changed the way that they've trained their instructors, but I find it highly unlikely. I really do. And I've also met other people. One of the instructors that he became an instructor back in Colorado. Actually, was a student under USSD and got royally hosed. He basically got to black belt, but they never gave him the certificate. They gave him the rank. He got seriously hosed as far as that goes. So that's just kind of the way things are. So Z Ultimate is a far better school. But I mean, when I was running the school under USSD, the training that they provided me as far as the instructor goes was honestly, it really wasn't the best. They needed to change things. Z Ultimate made those changes. Z Ultimate helped me become a better person, but two, a better instructor. They helped me understand this is the way we do things. We do things in a set ways. You teach basics, you teach DTs and Kempos, and then you teach forms. And then you drill and drill and drill those. And there's a variety of ways to drill those, and you make it fun, and this is the way you do things. And it made it fantastic because it gave me a structure. It gave me, this is how you teach. This is what you teach. This is how you teach. If I had a white belt in front of me, all I had to do was ask them, all right, do you have your basics? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, cool. Do you have your Kempos? No. Okay, fantastic. That's what we're going to work on now. I'm going to show you your Kempos. I'm going to teach you those so that you can learn those so that you can be ready to test for your yellow. And then again, same thing. If I was teaching a green belt, exact same questions. Do you have all of your basics? Yes. Okay. Do you have all of your DTs and Kempos? Yes. Do you have all of your forms? No. Okay. What form do you need? Or forms, plural. I've got this form, and this form. I'm only missing this form. Fantastic. So that's what I teach them. I do not ever teach them the full form in one lesson. Number one, suicide, and it's bad instruction. Just to be really honest, it really is. So I give them a section of the form, teach them the section of the form, and that way they can go home, practice that section, get it into muscle memory, and then by the time they come back for their next lesson, they show me where they're at as far as that goes, and then I give them the next section. And that's the way that Z teaches you how to do it. They teach it to you in a way that makes it so that you know how to teach. And that is the important thing. That is why I support Z Ultimate, and that's why I love them. Economically, I gotta be really honest, they are not the cheapest out there. They are not. However, given today's economy and their comparison to what I've seen for other schools and what's offered for, honestly, they're not that much more expensive than other schools. I've seen it because other schools are $20, $30 difference than what Z is. But that $20 and $30 difference is worth the difference. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So if you're in a state that has a Z Ultimate in it, I would very much encourage you, go to zultimate.com, do a location search, find the location, get in there, do a 30-day test drive, and then find the program that's going to work best for you. If they've got a 30-day test drive going. Sometimes they don't always have a 30-day test drive. Sometimes it's something else. So just to be very clear, the 30-day test drives are not always there. I want to be very clear on that. So do not say, hey, this guy recommended I do a 30-day test drive and you guys are always running this. No. It's not always available. They offer, it depends on the promotion that is being ran for the month, because there are different promotions run per month that benefit you. Okay, so it may not be a 30-day test drive. It might be something different and whatnot. But you can always ask, hey, are you guys doing a 30-day test drive? And the instructor will either tell you yes or no. If they are, fantastic, jump on it. If they're not, whatever promotion they are running, jump on that. Doesn't matter what promotion Z is running, that is what you want to jump on. And you won't regret it. At least in my opinion, you won't regret it. Because I don't know you, and I don't know the way that you like to train. So I can't guarantee that Z Ultimate is for you. I love Z Ultimate. They're a fantastic school, and I encourage you to train with them. That being said, and I've said this in other videos, karate may not be for you, and that is absolutely okay. Try it first. If it's not for you, find another style that works for you. But I believe everybody should be training in a style of martial art. And that's just my opinion. Just to be really clear on that. So at this point, it's a little after 11. I've been on a soapbox long enough for different things. So I really apologize for the soapbox and whatnot. Again, I want to give a shout out. Again, I don't give names without permission. So to the person who asked me the question as far as whether I enjoy art, I put it in the chat. I will put it in the comments as well. Yes, I love art. Yeah, if you're comfortable doing it, upload it to facebook.com/Panther0822. Upload it to my Facebook page. If it's not something that you feel comfortable uploading on a public forum like Facebook, again, you've got the email. You can email me, and that's panther0822@gmail. You can absolutely email me, and I'll put that link in the chat and in the description for you guys. But you can absolutely email me too, panther0822@gmail. You can email me stuff. I gotta be really honest though, depending on what you email me, don't be stupid, don't be belligerent, and whatnot. Don't be a cyberbully, don't be stupid, okay? That's the thing I would really ask, is just don't be stupid. So, again, like I said, I've been on my soapbox long enough, I know I've repeated myself multiple times, so, thank you. You guys rock. And I very much appreciate you guys, and I really can't say that enough. I know for most of you who watch YouTubers on a consistent basis, or people who do Twitch, we say it a lot, and it looks like we're just kind of saying it to a camera. I gotta be really honest. We're not saying it to a camera. We're saying it to you. We're saying thank you. Okay. So thank you for watching us. Thank you for supporting us. It means a lot to us. It really does. So, thank you. I can't say that enough. So, then I'm going to say it again. Thank you. Follow me on Twitch, because I'm there too. Twitch.tv/Panther0822. I am on Facebook. Facebook.com/Panther0822. I'm here on YouTube. Tomorrow's stream will not be on YouTube, it will be on Twitch, just so that you guys are aware. Tomorrow's stream it'll be another Dragon Age stream, because I'm playing through the game. I've been far too complacent, so I'm going to try and get through the game as much as I can, because I want to get to the second game, and once I'm done with the second game, I want to get to the third game. So that's the plan of action. I am trying to get the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I'm still having some minor issues with the game as far as streaming goes. I'll see if I can maybe just be able to record it and then just upload it. But like I said, I'm still having some issues, so I'm going to try and fix those issues so I can get that back up and running. But again, I've got 20 some odd hours of replay to do. So it might take me a couple days to a week to get through to get to where I was. And then start recording and streaming. But tomorrow's stream will be on Twitch. It will not be on YouTube. So twitch.tv/Panther0822, starting at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, is when that stream will start. I'll probably more than likely jump on about 10 minutes early, 10-15 minutes early, like I have been consistently for the last. I've been doing it today. It's a habit that I got into today, and I'm going to do everything within my power to maintain that habit of setting a schedule and starting 10 to 15 minutes early, and then again giving about 5 minutes after the hour so that people can join in, and then I'll play from there. So like I said, I can't do this enough, and I want to thank you seriously. This is Panther 0822. Thank you guys so much for listening. Be on a soapbox for so long. I apologize for doing it for so long. So I very much appreciate you guys tolerating me on my soapbox. So until the next time, this is Panther 0822.